Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we are going to be talking about something that is pretty incredible, and that is just how much money Grand Theft Auto Online is actually making. And what this also is kind of going to bring about is maybe why we haven't seen something like a new game from Rockstar or even a new single-player expansion in Grand Theft Auto 5. So this article comes from the website segmentnext.com. I'll leave a link in the description. I can't say that I've heard of this site before, but once again, I'll let you check it out if you let me know if it's legit or not. They basically say Grand Theft Auto Online revenue exceeded $700 million in the past 12 months. So right off the bat, I think that title is a little bit confusing, but we'll kind of break that down as we get going. So the article goes on to say that the GTA series is the crown jewel for Rockstar Games, and obviously we have seen Grand Theft Auto 5 have huge success, and its online component Grand Theft Auto Online have even more success. And what this is basically proved is that this series is not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. So obviously we know that Grand Theft Auto Online has been supported with tons of free updates. I believe there's over 20, maybe even 25 total updates that we've gotten since the start of 2013. And a new report comes out that since the Grand Theft Auto Online's launch, revenue has now exceeded $700 million. So according to Daniel Ahmed, who is the analyst for Nico Partners, the revenue from GTA products has exceeded $700 million in the last 12 months. And he also posted a graph depicting the revenue generated from the game, and I'll show you that in a second. So you can see this is what the chart looks like right here. It is slightly confusing, but I'll try and help you break this down as much as I can. So basically those years are broken down by quarters. You have quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are 3 months out of the year for each quarter. You can see 2013, 14, 15, 16, and even briefly into quarter 1 of 2017. So you can obviously see the huge spike, and this is net revenue generated by Grand Theft Auto products. So I believe this would include like physical discs, digital copies, and shark cards. Obviously, when it was released on the PS3 and 360, you saw an enormous spike. Like that was when Rockstar generated a ton of cash. That's obviously when everyone bought the game. There was then obviously a little bit of a lull as there was nothing really new to buy. And then you see the game coming out on PS4 and Xbox One, which was right towards the end of quarter 1 of 2016 and kind of the start of quarter 4 of 2015. So you can see it jumped up right there. It then immediately jumped up again with the release of GTA 5 on PC. And then this is when I think we entered the shark card era, after Grand Theft Auto 5 released on the PC, because then Rockstar didn't have to develop any new systems or any new games or any new platforms for Grand Theft Auto 5 to be created on. And that's when I figured they would start focusing on developing their online content. As you can see, after Grand Theft Auto 5 was released on Steam and PC, instead of the kind of graphs dipping down, instead, they go up or they remain relatively the same. So you might be asking yourself, how would that happen if there's not a new game or a new product or system being generated? Well, the answer to that is shark cards. With everyone having all the different systems in place, basically on 5 different consoles, PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, and then PC, you basically have maximum output that you have for players in online. Everyone is covered, which means more people are going to be buying shark cards. So this article goes on to say that earlier this year, it was revealed that GTA Online revenue had touched over $500 million through microtransactions, which is pretty insane. $500 million on shark cards alone. Now, this figure was revealed through the lawsuit, which was filed by the former Rockstar North president, Leslie Benzies. And according to the lawsuits, Benzies said that the purchases made in-game through microtransactions have nearly a 100% profit margin, subject only to nominal development cost and App Store commissions. So basically what that means is when Rockstar sells a shark card, they're basically making all of that money. Having a high profit margin is something you want in any business and for any product, and especially in the technology industry and even digitally. That is huge for Rockstar. So this is where things get slightly confusing. A lot of people were assuming that they made $700 million this year, which is not the case. That would be an insane amount. The $500 million mark that we touched on earlier is all the money Rockstar has generated through Grand Theft Auto Online products and shark cards when it released in October and September of 2013. However, the $700 million mark is very interesting because that means that Take-Two has earned more than $200 million in revenue in the last 6 months of Grand Theft Auto Online. So let's think back to the last 6 months or so in online. We had Executives and Other Criminals, the Festive Surprise 2016, Lowriders Customs Classics. We had Finance and Felony. We had all sorts of other DLCs like Cunning Stunts, the Bikers update, which had a ton of expensive content. Really, over the last year is when we saw Rockstar really start to spike up their prices on a lot of the things like supercars and other vehicles and places to buy like CEO offices and biker clubhouses. So yeah, they've made a lot of money, and it's clear that the microtransactions of shark cards have been doing exceedingly well for them. So other than these figures being absolutely impressive, we should probably talk about what this also means for Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online. We'll start with the good, and we'll start in Grand Theft Auto Online, and that is that Rockstar is likely going to be generating more Grand Theft Auto Online content, at least for the foreseeable future. Not only have we seen hints of this on the newswire, but also it's making them a ton of money. Rockstar isn't making video games out of the charity of their heart. They're making video games because, number one, they're really good at it and they create awesome games. But number two, it makes them a ton of money. And obviously, money is going to drive everything in a business. And they are a business at the end of the day. So that's number one. Lots of likely amazing new content coming for Grand Theft Auto Online. But what this also probably means for Grand Theft Auto Online is the steeper prices that we've been used to. Now, the Bikers DLC kind of got a little bit of a reprieve. The vehicles weren't necessarily that expensive. Neither was the customization. There were a few parts that were pricey, but because it was mostly bikers, I feel like Rockstar couldn't really price them up too much, although some of the unreleased vehicles we're going to be seeing soon are going to be pricey. So I guess that's where they're going to get us on the back end right there. So that's really the only negative I could see for online. But now let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 5 itself and other Rockstar games. I think you can finally see why we have not gotten a single player DLC for Grand Theft Auto 5 and why many people, after hearing this, are kind of letting it go to rest now, and that they'll probably never expect a single player update. The reason for this is a single player update would cost not only a ton of money to create, would cost so much development, would have to do storyline and plots and really everything they've done for previous DLCs like in Red Dead Redemption and in Grand Theft Auto 4. It requires obviously getting all the voice actors and characters back, script writing. It's going to cost a lot of money to produce, and it probably won't make them as much money, even though something like a single-player DLC would likely be like 20 or 25 bucks. And that kind of goes back to the idea that the Grand Theft Auto Online updates, for the most part, are relatively easy for Rockstar to produce and make them more money. So they've got like two options here. They could work really hard and make less money, or they could work less and make more money. And that's probably why we're seeing all the Grand Theft Auto Online updates. For them, it's simply common sense. And it also kind of brings us to the idea, where is another Rockstar game? This is the longest they've gone without releasing another game, really since the early 2000s, 2001 and 2002. A lot of people have been wondering, when are we going to see the next installment of Red Dead? When are we going to see another Max Payne game, Bully, Midnight Club? All of those questions are being asked, and every time another gaming convention or event goes by, we always expect to see Rockstar there, and they've just not shown up. But the DLCs for Grand Theft Auto Online still continue. So that definitely seems to be where they are focused on, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I mean, I would be hard-pressed turning down $200 million every 6 months just by developing some content for Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, we obviously know that eventually that won't sustain them, and that as time goes on, we will see another game, other games from Rockstar, but it is surprising just how long they've been able to keep up with the Grand Theft Auto Online updates, which has been amazing because I love Grand Theft Auto Online. Obviously, it's something I play every day, and I love getting on, interacting with you, doing videos and live streams. It is so much fun, but it is still a surprise how much money they are making. And I guess it shouldn't come as more of a surprise to me because they're doing shark card bonuses and sales all the time. So it is definitely working for them. And in a world where we want everything now, like everything is an instant gratification generation where we want things now and we got to have it immediately. And I think the shark card plays perfectly to that because you could easily grind out the biker missions or some of the other contact missions in the game. But some people might look at it and say, no, I want that bike, or I want that car, or that clubhouse right now. Here's a shark card, Rockstar. And that's probably how it happens. And that's probably why they're generating ultimately so much money from this. But once again, I'll leave a link to that article in the description. I think it's a very interesting read. So if you want to check it out for yourself, you absolutely can. I highly recommend it. If you did go and enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.